Ah, you can hear me. Hang on, hang on. It might be because I have my headphones in, but I don't know. Okay. Sorry. Yes, thank you, SCS. And hello, Jess. Welcome, welcome. There's the camera there. I've got two screens. So it's all. How's everyone doing? You're all doing well. Welcome to this very first attempt. It probably won't be a very long one. Really, this is just an experiment to see if everything works. I hope to be doing more of these. I'm looking at doing some talks about my projects, things like that. You know, my pet project, The Lord of War and Heartache, which is my biggest passion. So, yes, these are probably going to happen a lot more as well as filler on my channel. Obviously, I've got my project coming on the way, so hopefully things will start looking up. Yeah, we got some quite exciting things coming up in the series. Chapter 7 is on its way. I've written and recorded Chapter 8, which is just me. Who else? What else? Chapter 9's written. 10's been performed by me. Thank you. Yes. You know, this all started because of the lockdown, really. Yeah, you know, it started last year and I decided to create my own thing, really. Glad to have people on board, so yes. Mind melt. Yep. As I say, what you see, what you get. You know, I make no pretenses. Genuine me, 100% me. So indeed, Jess. Indeed, you know, it's opened up a lot of opportunities for everybody, really. This, you know, if you look past the negativity, it's brought out a lot of positivity. That's the beauty of it, I think. You know, that we gloss over. We absolutely gloss over. 1 second, I'm just gonna move away. I've just got to move something. Bear with me. Pretty decent sound buffer. I keep forgetting the camera's there. Can you see me? Let me adjust this. I need to set up my proper camera. Let's get some light on as well. Some absolute light on. Ooh. Blinded. Oh. Too bright. There we go. I'm so not used to this. I was looking at live streaming on Twitch, but not everyone has Twitch. I thought YouTube might be better because more people I know through Twitter and this community have access to YouTube more than Twitch. So it makes more sense. I'm actually using a piece of software to do this, but I won't go into details about that. I can talk about that on Twitter if you want. It was recommended to me for live streaming. I'm only a small channel, as you know, so this. But as I say, these I hope will be a more common occurrence because it sort of keeps me active and I can involve more people. So yeah, if you ever have any questions or anything you'd like to know, within reason, of course, do drop me oh yeah, you'll probably hear people in the background because obviously I still live at home, and hi Kata. Is it Kata or Kata? I'm never sure how to pronounce your name, I'm afraid. Yes, yeah, this is my first live stream. Decided to give it a go. Something a bit different. Probably won't be on very long, but Kata, right, Kata, thank you very much. Much appreciated. I have been pronouncing it correctly, then that's a relief. Well, it's nearly 10 minutes in, and there was a few little blips. People couldn't hear me at the beginning. Yeah, so as I say, quick run through basically, just catching up. A lot of these are going to be, updates on my channel and project and things like that. Maybe a few behind the scene chats, talking about how I come up with my ideas and everything. So I think it's going to be good. I think it'll be good for my channel actually, to be able to do these and share with you my my ideas and things. Because as you know, I'm always looking for people to join the cast and collaborate with. So, and obviously not everyone's on Twitter, so I can always sort of put the feelers out, as the saying goes, for that. So, I'd love to get as many people as involved. I know that Jess and Kata, you're both involved, of course, very welcome. And I continue. Everyone that's been involved so far is amazing. I absolutely love everything that I've seen so far. I have not had any concerns whatsoever. The thing is, I genuinely do give 100% creative control over the characters once I've written the script to participants. I take no... 14th of Feb is the deadline, the same as chapters 9 and 11. I've put them all together because I'd like to try and, if I can, I've got chapters 8 written and recorded because that's just me, and chapter 10 written and recorded because that's just me. So I'd like to try and get them out as a block. So chapter 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Chapter 12 is already written and recorded. In fact, it's a bit sneaky, but I did permit... you can actually already hear chapter 12 if you really would like to, because I gave the mind of Guinevere, who collaborates with me on a number of chapters. She's very talented. Go and give her channel a look. Please go and give her channel a look. Yeah, she's already got chapter 12. The only thing is there's no sort of it's going to be set up differently to the way I'm going to do it for my channel, because obviously I have my own vision of how the world looks. So I mean, we have very similar visions for the ideas anyway, but I obviously have specific ideas for my world. I mean, it's not as old as my sci-fi series, because that's been in development since I was a teenager. But this one, I don't know, sci-fi to me just has a lot of rules, and fantasy doesn't have any rules as far as I'm concerned. You know, I absolutely take these off because I can't actually hear through them. That's the thing. I can't actually hear a thing. Let me try this. That's better. That's probably causing a lot of white noise in the background, but so yeah, you know, I've got a lot of big things planned, a lot of new concepts and ideas, a lot of new characters in the pipeline. I'm actually quite excited for it, you know, and if I can get more people involved and introduce the new characters I'd like to introduce, then it would be absolutely amazing. I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, I've never actually revealed the list, and I'm certainly not going to reveal the list today. In fact, I doubt I'll ever reveal it, but I actually have a list of content creators I'd love to collaborate with on this project. I am collaborating on other projects within the community, but to have some, and I will say some of them are big names in the community, as it were, the ASMR community, I should say. But at the moment, you know, I understand everyone has personal lives and everyone has their own way of, you know, of creating and, you know, their own schedules and things. So, you know, I try and be as flexible as I can. And obviously I have my principles where I never, and this is something I always say on Twitter, and I will, this is me, this is coming straight from the horse's mouth, as the saying goes. This is me actually saying it in speech. I never ever force a role onto anybody. I'm happy to suggest a role, but I will never ever force a role onto anybody, because that just creates tension. I want everyone to be happy, enjoy the project, and work with me. That's how I want to do it. You know, that's how I want to work with it. You know, I create the characters, I create the world, the rest is up to them. As far as I'm concerned, they have control over their characters. If they do audio, I mean, I do my pieces as audio. I record all my voices. I'm not a mainstream ASM artist. I am a voiceover form. You know, I do voiceover. This is my trigger. This is my thing. You know, speech. Ah, lovely to see you, Gwyn. I was singing your praises earlier. Indeed. Thank you for joining me. So Oh, excuse me. I've got a lot of. It's a good job you can only see sort of around here, because this is organised chaos. This is complete and utter organised chaos. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So yeah, a lot of thing. You know, you can always, if anyone's ever interested and they're not on Twitter in collaborating with me, my channel email address is in my about section, so you can always drop me an email for details. I'd love to get as many people as involved. And it's become my pet project, really. I know I bang on about it all the time on Twitter, but I'm passionate about it. I am really, really passionate about it. I love this project. It's kept me going through this. Hi, Crystal. It's really kept me going through this pandemic. It's the power of the imagination is so strong when you realize you can use it for anything. That's why I do it. That's why I love doing it. I love something called Super Sentai, which most people would know as Power Rangers. And there's a version that was never adapted called Resha Sentai Tokuja. And the theme of the series, apart from being trains, was in fact imagination. Their catchphrase was the victorious imagination. And I've latched onto that because I believe you can do anything with the imagination. You can go to far off lands and meet strange and wonderful people. Okay. Cut to the chase. I'll tell you who one of my biggest influences for this series is. Sage, Whisperwind, one of my biggest influences for this project. She's an amazing storyteller. She has so many superb characters. I have a lot of respect for her. I think she's one of the best out there for character. There are a lot of amazing people out there that do character videos and things like. Don't get me wrong. Amy Kay, Crinkle Lovin', Shani. Who else? Oopsie Daisy. Think people like that. All amazing at what they do. Jim, good old Jim. We can't. Ephemeral Rift. People like that. Huge influences upon me and my idea. This is where it comes from. What I like about these live streams is I can say so much more than I can say on Twitter. This is why I've decided to try this, because okay, so we've got 6 chapters up, we've got a few filler chapters up, and there will be more filler chapters to come. They will be the extra ones that sit in between the hi Gary. Yeah, welcome. Everyone's welcome here. So whatever your walk of life, well, within reason, of course. Let's not get down that path. Let's not get down that path. Let's stick to what we know. So, ooh, nearly got topical then. So, I've lost my thought. I've gone. Where was I? Oh yes, yeah. So yeah, more chapters on the way. Writing, developing, making notes if I can. Up here, always up here, which probably isn't the best thing. I really ought to start writing them down. But yes, so. But of course, I've got my new recording equipment, my new Blue Yeti for audio recording, which is absolutely amazing. Absolutely love it. One of the best pieces of equipment I've ever bought, to be honest with you. If you want to hear the quality of it, I recommend listening to my most recent upload, which is Meeting in Trigon, which is my newest one. So, you know, as I say, so it's different because I used to use my my mobile phone to record all my my mobile phone to record all my audio. Basically, I used to speak in it like this, hold it out to a distance, plug it into my laptop, and then download from there as video, and then convert it into MP3, which, to be honest with you, is a blooming long-winded process. Fortunately, I've got all the software that I can convert, MP4s into MP3s. I had to, in order to be able to do this record, the recording for all my characters so far. So it's yes, Audacity. Thank you, Gwyn. Yes, I love Audacity. It's how I do a lot of my voices. For example, this is what Lord Volkov really sounds like. Excuse me. So, what is the latest news from our spy in Ondar City? And then obviously I record that. And in fact, let's do that, because I might. Well, you can hear what the actual voice sounds like in Lord of Necrotia and reporting into Necrotia as well. So that, I mean, Meeting in Trigon again, Geoffrey of Trigon was edited, which is my most recent one. And of course, for me, it was, this is a bad business, but we're not the only ones in it. And then obviously I put that down to a pitch of about, I changed the pitch to about -15 on Audacity. So it deepened. Ooh, that was my chair. Sorry. There are, to be honest with you, I mean, that's how I got the echo that's how I developed the echo for evil laughter, because I love adding echoes to evil laughter. For me, it's like that, and then obviously I add the echo in afterwards. Hi, Sarah. So, it is actually it's something I just used to do when I used to actually play with Lego. I used to have different villains, and I used to sort of have evil laugh and everything, and it's just sort of because I mean, in chapter 4 you hear the Tyrant King for the first time, which was put heavily through Audacity. But let's see if I can find, because I've obviously got all the scripts saved. I can give you an idea of what they all actually sound like without, this is just me. My project ASMR. That's my artwork. Because obviously I make all my own. I keep looking at my screen here, which is where it is, because obviously this is my laptop. This is my second screen. It's actually a TV, but it's a bigger screen, so I can see what I can actually see when I'm doing. I am supposed to wear glasses, but I'm a little bit lazy. Guilty. I won't ever do that again, I promise. Here we go. So yeah, keeps going on the wrong screen. So it was obviously heavily edited. So the actual voice I did was so you are the one they have entrusted to retrieve my crown. Well, it seems they've picked someone who is easily manipulated. Good. When the time is right, I will visit you again. By then, you should have my crown in your possession. Yes, indeed, Julie. Hello. Yes. Hello. Yeah, so that's I mean, it kills the throat. It absolutely kills the throat. I'm so glad that Irma Dolce ASMR has sent me a link to some videos for I keep looking at the screen to my right, in front of me when the camera is there. Slap wrist again, naughty boy. Oh dear. Of course, the one that is actually least edited, only sort of taken down to a 10, is one of my personal favourite characters, because it is literally my voice with a slight accent, Rafiq. Ah, you are awake, my friend. No, don't speak. In fact, you can't. The draft we have given you has relaxed your muscles, including your jaw. It's no use squirming or trying to escape. Listen, I have a friend who would like to meet you. She has something important you need to know, and I wouldn't want to disappoint her by letting you escape now, would I? And of course, as Julie will know, that goes into the role of Sophia from chapter 4. So, you know, chapter 4, 5, and 6 are fantastic. Absolute, everyone involved. Crystal, Julie. To be honest with you, everyone involved is fantastic. I love everything they've done. You know, I can't thank them enough. They've really made my you know, it's really special to me to have people involved in my project, because, you know, it started out as a solo, and yes, there are solo chapters where I do all the voices and things like that. Oh yeah, yes, definitely. You and Black Cat Aura, Julie, were fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And obviously, Black Cat Aura actually stepped in to take on a second role because of a situation that arose. I won't, you know. So yes, the crown has got stolen, which will lead us into chapter 7. So, and I've already got 3 contributions for that. One of them is my own as Maximus. That is a voiceover, but there is a photo of me. Some of you may have seen it. I think I did share it on Twitter. But yeah, some of you will have seen it. I will post it up again on my feed. Yeah, so the other people I've got are obviously Sleeping Artist of Julie, of course, as Nefertira, and T for 2 ASMR as Shy, which is how the name is pronounced. But I'm happy for other people to. I'm happy in other chapters where obviously the character is not appearing, because I believe that not every character in the series would know how to pronounce the name. So, you know, I think that is a forgivable thing, to be honest with you. And I don't have the heart to correct people. I don't have the heart. I'm not that sort of person. You know, I'm a live and let live kind of guy, within reason, of course. You know, if I'm offended, I will tell someone. But little things like that, I don't worry about. You know, as long as people enjoy what they do and create what they do, you know, I don't have a problem. You know, I mean, I love to see people ad lib to my script. I can't, Gwyn. You're just, you know. I can't do it. I'm just not that sort of person. I'm just. Some people might say I'm too nice, and I guess I am, really. You know, that's just the way I am. You know, honest. Well, I've tried to be honest. You know, with my autism, I can't lie. It's very difficult for me to lie. But yeah, I built up a passion for this. You know, I words are failing me, absolutely failing me, because I've worked. You know, everyone that's been involved so far has worked incredibly hard. I am so proud of everybody that's been involved so far, and I'm so proud of everybody that's being involved in this series. You know, it warms my heart. It genuinely warms my heart to know that people really are taking an interest. And okay, I grant you, some concepts might not be that I speak of. I won't mention them here, but you may have seen them on Twitter. Some concepts that I am looking at might not be the most comfortable of concepts for some people, and I fully accept that. Obviously, having at T for two, having T for two and Irma Dolce ASMR involved within that particular concept. At the moment is just enough. What I've been saying on Twitter is really just to get a feel to see if anyone else might be, because if you've seen Irma Dolce's video as Alina, I recommend you go and find it. It's her most recent video, and it is, ironically, it's the most watched video linked to The Lord of War and Heartache, and it's not a video I created. So, oh, that's amazing, Gary. That is fantastic. May I ask what they're studying as their scholarship? That's amazing, because I was told at secondary school all those years ago I wasn't academic. I wanted to be an archaeologist. I really wanted to be I used to love a TV series shown on Channel 4 here in Britain called Time Team, presented by now Sir Tony Robinson. And I absolutely wanted to be an archaeologist. I wanted to dig up Roman buildings. I wanted to dig up castles. I wanted to dig up Bronze Age burial mounds, obviously with the deepest of respect, because obviously you're digging a grave. And I still watch Time Team on YouTube. I absolutely love. Oh, wow, that is impressive. My very best of luck to her. Yeah, that is super impressive. I like that. Yeah, my deepest respects. Yeah, but I was told by my secondary school I wasn't academic enough, basically. I guess that was their polite way of telling me they thought I was too stupid for university, which, kind of set me back, really. I've got an MVQ level 2 in office administration, and of course they never go out of date. So, indeed. Oh, you gloat away, Gary. Absolutely. Don't tell them from me. Don't let anything or anyone hold them back. If they want to do it, if they want to go ahead with a dream or something, do it. There's so much I regret from my past, because I felt like I was held back for so many things. And the other thing I wanted to be was an actor. I was actually part of I have mentioned it on Twitter a couple of times. I was a member of an amateur youth club, amateur dramatics youth club, as a kid. I did appear on stage in pantomime back in 1996. I was about 11 years old. I was on stage with, it was Peter Pan, and Colin Baker, who played the 6th incarnation of Doctor Who, was playing Captain Hook. And it was, thank you, Gary, thank you. And just reading the, I know, that was the 1990s. Autism was hardly understood in the 1990s. I mean, it just, it's just so different now. You know, the world has opened their eyes to autism and things like that, and it makes it easy. I mean, being an adult with it is easier, but growing up with it, it's like a it's like it's what I imagine it would be to climb Mount Everest without oxygen. You know, it would be like running around stark naked at the stark naked at the South Pole. You know, something like that. That's what it. You know, that's how I imagine it in comparison as it was for me growing up in the. I mean, I wasn't diagnosed till the age of 8, so it sort of it. I'm understanding it more now as an adult than I ever did as a kid. I think it's because I speak to so many people like me on Twitter who who are in touch more with the community than I ever was. You know, it was stop saying you know. Who do you think you are, Fred Dibner? You know, oh, Julie, you make me laugh. What? Oh dear. Oh no, it's what phone's ringing. I don't know who it is. I'm sure they'll leave a voice message if it's important. It says unknown number, so. But anyway, you know, could someone remind me what I was saying, please? I've genuinely forgotten. That's awful, isn't it? You know when you're saying something and you get distracted and all of a sudden your mind just goes blank, completely blank. It's awful, isn't it, when that happens? It's yeah, you know, such is life. 2 creates a third, as the saying goes. Or as the shaman in Fallout 2 goes, such is life. 2 creates a third. You will need both Brock flower and Zander root for the healing powder. You know, ooh. I think I need to base a character on that voice. I think I might do. I think so. Ooh. Ideas. See, always churning the idea, the melting pot of ideas. So anyway, yeah, going back to the project and everything, the sci-fi project is on hiatus. The problem with the Destructor Saga is I've been developing it since I was a teenager. The whole idea comes back from my teenage years, when I was huge into. I still love sci-fi, but I was hugely into sci-fi. I've still got the original rubbish script that I wrote. I might read it one day to everyone. Don't know if I'll do it as a live stream. I think a lot of people have traits. I think a lot of people have traits for it, to be honest with you. It's definitely more recognized these days. It is a lot more recognized. But I will say this to anyone: it's not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing, because it can explain so much. It can open doors. It can give you a whole new perspective. You know, it don't let it hold you back. Don't think of it as, oh my God, what do I do now? Look at it, assess it, review it, whatever, and make a plan. I mean, I never thought I would have a social life. I never thought I would. Oh, it is definitely a different way of thinking. Definitely. I mean, if you ever, everyone on Twitter, most of you are here, chatting here, are on Twitter, will note that my way of thinking is very outside of the box. Very outside of the box. I don't think conventionally. I'm very lateral in what I do. You know, I am a lateral thinker. I will, because that's the thing. A lot of people who think about autism think that every one of us is a mathematic or scientific genius. You know, a beautiful mind, for example. But there are so many of us, you know, like me, who are creative. You know, we burst forth with imagination, and that is what keeps me going. That is what focuses me, and like, I'm always having ideas, you know, always thinking, always, you know, writing, always doing digital art, you know, creating title cards, creating backgrounds. It's a shame I can't share my screen on YouTube, because I would gladly share with you the stills. In fact, I will share them on Twitter more often, because I think some of them are just regular photos. You know, some of them are just regular photos from Pixabay, but then I take images from Pixabay and I put them through Photoshop and add my own elements to them. Now, I say Photoshop, it's actually the program I actually use is GIMP 2.10, which is like Photoshop, but I find it a lot easier to. I did try Photoshop once, a free trial, but I found it wasn't very user friendly. GIMP, I hate why they called it GIMP. I don't know why. That is, but that's what they called it. I think it's something like graphics interchange mapping program or something like that. But it just sounds so wrong. Ooh. You know, it but yeah, so yeah, see, when I talk about it, I always refer to putting my images through Photoshop, because sometimes you never know how people are gonna respond with the name that, I suppose, in a way, it makes people sit up and you know, notice what they've created. So, I mean, at least it's free. At least it's 100% free. Yeah, so I'll try and share more of my images on Twitter. I use Instagram, but I don't really promote myself on Instagram, because I don't think any of my relatives really know I do ASMR. You know, I feel it's something that I just don't know. I've never opened up about it at home or with any of my relatives. I get the impression they might know, but they've never said anything to me, and I just, you know, it just keeps it keeps me ticking over. Absolutely keeps me ticking over. And yeah, I mean, the other thing I'd love to do is grow my channel, really, to get the community tab, because that is another way I want to, you know, I mean, I know I've tweeted in the past about being upset about low numbers and all that, but the thing is, I really don't care about the number. I really don't care about being monetized. If I were monetized, that's fine. I could use the money for props, things like that, you know, bits for the project thing, you know, anything like that. I wouldn't use it for, you know, say, to buy clothing or anything. It would go back into the, if I did get monetized, anything I make would go back into the project. You know, so new software, new equipment, you know, or better equipment. I mean, the mic is going nowhere. I love this mic. Did you find that you do it as a means and take? Yeah, yeah. I do, Julie. I kind of write first. Well, I cast first. If the character is for me, like Maximus, Rafik, the historian, Volkov, Harker, now deceased. Well, see a meeting in Nicosia to find out about that. I think I've given the game away, but you have to find out how by watching that one, which myself and the marvellous Gwyn worked on together. She plays the marvellous role of Valeria, who is Volkov's second in command. Who else? Daedalus, who will be appearing in a future chapter. Who else have I? I play several innkeepers, a mad pirate, a party lover in the seasonal special. So yeah, I write all the scripts first, and if they're for me specifically, I will write them straight away and record them straight away, and then do the background. With other characters such as you know, Shy, Sophia, I can't remember all the names now. Isabeau, Asalina, Dregan Valengale, you know, all. The way I work with them is 9 times out of 10 they don't have a name to begin with. They're just listed as a type of character. So Asalina, played by the wonderful Crystal, for example, started out as just being known as the artisan. Isabeau, played by the equally marvellous Yaloma, and of course, I'm basically naming all three of the Mushroom Theatre here. And of course, Dregan Valengale, played by the amazing Raina Tamarin ASMR. You know, all three of them. All three of their characters started out without names, and I usually create the character first without a name. Then I put out the casting call, which obviously you see on Twitter, and once I get the community tab on YouTube, I'll be able to do it through YouTube as well. That's why I want it, really, so that I can put out casting calls directly on YouTube. So many ASM artists to be able to join me I think it would be amazing if I could get more on board, because I have got so many characters listed that, and I'm always coming up with new characters. That's the thing. I am always coming up with new characters. It is becoming a real world to me. It is becoming a real world. I mean, I'm even looking at. I've even got someone on board in chapter 11 playing a character from overseas, an actual character from overseas. Now, this will be a first for the series because they're actually writing their own character rather than me writing it, because they obviously know their character. Thank you, Crystal. Well, genuinely, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. So the fact that someone is actually creating their own character is something I very much support. If anyone has an idea for a character that I haven't listed, or they'd love to portray a character they've created, I'm more than happy to include it. I'm absolutely happy, and I'm absolutely happy for everyone to share their segments or their contributions on their own channels, or even use their characters on their own channels. I mean, going back to prime example, Irma La Dolce ASMR. I've given her permission to use Lena the Belly Dancer as well. She's actually the leader of the academy in the town of Cully, but she's a belly dancer. And in due time, I hope to introduce more of the leaders in the series, and create, and occupy the academy. So that's, I don't know why I always get so nervous talking about that side of things, I mean, it was prime example. It was Tifa2 who came forward and actually contacted me about the role of Shy, and she named Shy. Hi, Sulphur. Welcome aboard. What's that say? Oh, okay. No worries, but you're very welcome. This technically isn't strictly ASMR. I'm just not a very well. Confidence comes with, Thank you very much. Thank you. This live stream isn't technically ASMR anyway, because I'm not a conventional ASMR artist. I don't brush the microphone. I don't do ear licking. I don't do hand waving or fluttering. I am. Oh, goodbye, Gary. Have a good one. So no worries. There'll be plenty more. So where was I? Yes. Hi, Voyager. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm not a conventional ASM artist. I'm a voice actor, very amateur, all through Audacity, as I was saying a lot earlier. I do still get nervous when I portray my characters, because it's I'm never sure how. I'm always worried about how they'll be. But this is what I love about this community. Everyone is just so accepting and welcoming. That is what I love about this community. Genuinely, I genuinely feel it. It's. I've been working on this, on the Lord of War and Heartache, And I always say to people, if you ever get bored hearing about it, tell me. Please tell me. I will, I will. But for me, it has become my passion. I will, sing it from the rooftops. I love it. I love this community. I love my project, and I'd love more people to be involved, whatever they portray. Regardless of the character they portray. And of course, I accept audio because I do audio, and I also accept video. So I embrace all formats. So regardless of the ASMR artist, everyone can be involved. If they don't like appearing in front of the camera, if they've got a microphone, I'm happy for them to do an MP3 or a wave or anything like that, an OGG file or an MWMA, and I can convert it on my laptop into MP3 because that's how I work through MP3. But of course, I'm more than happy for them to get in costume and make the go the extra mile with I'm sure you have. I haven't heard you sing yet, Gwyn, but I'm sure you have an absolutely. If it's anything like your speaking voice for your videos, I imagine it is superb. I imagine it's absolutely superb. See, this is why I like having the live chat up the side, because I can see, I can respond to you. I didn't really work out how that happens with Twitch. So, and I think I prefer YouTube. But yeah, so, I've been, if you want me to do a singing epic chapter, a chapter where there's singing involved, I'm sure I can sort that out, get everyone in character or something, have like not quite a musical episode, but say like a choir of singers or something for the monarch on Dar City, something like that. I'm sure, Oh, thank you. Yes, this was given to me for Christmas. That's what it says at the bottom. It says wear your mask, plague rat, and it's got and of course someone on Twitter said it reminds me of Corvus ER, and I thought they were talking about ER, the TV. Oh, excuse me, the TV series, when they were actually talking about ephemeral rift. So no worries, Sulphur. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you very much. Lovely to have your company. Plenty more to come though. So this is the first. I'm feeling a bit more confident about this now. Yeah, this is the first live stream I've ever done on YouTube. I'm getting into the flow of this now. I'm really getting into the flow. But I mean, yes, thank you. Yes, Italian plate. Yes, definitely. Yes, indeed. But I'm sure if we have characters in the series who can belly dance, then I'm sure we can have characters in the series who can sing. So why not? Why not? It just and as I say, I'm always looking for, because also the other place that, again, going back to the Academy, it will involve its full title is actually the Academy of Entertainers. So it would involve musicians, singers, dancers, performers of any kind. So, I'm always looking for people who are willing to take on any role, whatever they can do. It's I'm just happy to have people aboard. And as I said at the very beginning of this conversation, I never force a role onto anybody. If they don't want to do it, you know, I won't say, but I think you'll be good for this role. If they say, can you suggest a role for me, I will look at their content, their style, and work it out from there. If they come in and say, I want to be such and such a character, fine. They've picked it, I write it, they take the script, turn it to whatever they want to be. So, that's how I do it. Oh, do you think she would though? I mean, I love her channel. I love her work. I just get very nervous about approaching people to be involved. I get very nervous because, I mean, the worst case scenario is they say no, and I accept that. I fully accept that. Not everyone wants to be involved in such an ambitious project as mine, but somehow I get the feeling I'm going to have to write. I am actually going to have to write this Academy episode that because I first mentioned it to. I keep mentioning Irma La Dolce, but please, if you get a chance, we could have more than one. We could definitely have more than one violinist. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can have more than one of the same thing. It doesn't matter to me what people can do and what they can't do. If they want to be involved, I will involve them. I will genuinely involve them. It's this but yeah, so regardless, if people want to take on certain roles, I'm always happy for them to say, yes, I want that role. Or even if they say to me, could you actually create a role for me? I will create a role. If someone comes up with an idea and they'd like involvement, I will. The thing is, as everyone will know who's worked with me so far, I will always take on board what is said to me. I will always take on board what is said to me. If people don't like, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. I shouldn't say that. That's wrong. If people don't feel that what I've created is right for them, I will adapt it, and I'm happy for anyone to take what I've created for them and adapt it themselves to make it more suitable to them, rather than what. Oh, believe me, Gwyn. I've got a long list of content creators I'd love to have on this series, and I brick it every time I look at that list, because I think they won't want to be involved. They will say no. They won't have any interest in what I created, and why would they? Sage, hello, welcome. Nice to see. Lovely to see you. Yes. So as I say, I've got I've got a list of content creators I dream of working with. Some of them I have managed to tick off, shall we say. So kind of, if you've already worked with me, I've actually ticked your name off my list. So that's, or if you're currently working with me on the project, I've ticked your name off my list. So now you know. Yes, we were, Crystal. I was telling everyone, Sage, that for the Lord of War and Heartache, Whisperwind is actually one of my biggest influences. I have thrown in little nods to Whisperwind in a couple of my videos, not directly. I mean, there's a line in the Pirate in the International Talk Like a Pirate Day episode, Weighing Anchor and Night song. It's very quick, but I'll read it out. It's the Innkeeper. Let me find it. This is my favorite, one of my favorite lines. Oh, here we go. The uncharted ocean is in fact very well charted. We have trading routes in all over the world. One of our biggest routes is the port town of Tiv. Look, please don't interrupt me. Now I've forgotten what I was saying. So yeah, that I was going to have him say Tivamak, but I did sort of cut it down to Tiv. But as I say, Sage, you are genuinely one of my biggest influences for this series. I feel a bit silly, really, to say, but no, you know, you did very much inspire me. Oh, sorry, I need that one because it's rather warm in here. But yeah, I mean, in chapter 6, I nearly mention. I mean, for example, I nearly mention Eshon in chapter 6. I have a one of my characters nearly mentions Eshon as well, as a little nod, because, as I say, and of course, as I say, my biggest influence is obviously Whisperwind, Amy Kay, Crinkle Lovin', Shani, Oopsie Daisy. Oh, well, you're very welcome, Sage. You know, it's lovely to know. In fact, it's lovely to know you all, to be honest. You know, because you've all been my biggest supporters, really, for this project, and I'm really delighted to have so many wonderful people on board working with me, having worked. And of course, the door is always open to come back and take on other characters or return as characters. Maybe, I mean, Crystal will say this. I probably won't repeat the format of chapter 5. It was pure. It was an experiment because I really. The reason obviously I chose to do it in that format was obviously because of having the three mushrooms together, and I really wanted to feel like they were. Normally, most of my formats are characters just talking to the viewer, the traveller, as I call them, and chapter 5 was a pure experiment, which I probably won't repeat because it was the editing process was a complete headache for me. Yeah, voiceover is absolutely fine. You know, I do voice, as I said earlier, I accept voiceover, video, either's one. I mean, I do voiceover anyway, and then character, and then put a physical image of my character on screen or a representation of my character on screen. Like in chapter 6, where I was the governor's PA and the governor himself. Rafiq so far is probably the only one that hasn't actually appeared on screen per se. He will do in chapter 8. I've yet to sort out the picture for that, but he will make an appearance on chapter 8. And possibly in chapter 9, because let's just say he's probably his most I hate that when that happens. Restart, automatic restart, that irritates me. But yeah, so he's playing a bigger role. I've got 2 people in mind for chapter 14. I'm kind of in talks with them at the moment, returning cast members from earlier chapters. A couple of returning cast members, I hope. So, hi, Mysterious. Thank you for joining me. Sorry, I've just to check something. Yeah, so pretty much I'm just to recap, I'm sort of talking about Lord of War and Heartache at the moment, which I know there are people out there who probably get tired about seeing it. I'm doing well, thank you, very well. Feeling a lot more confident now. I've been going nearly an hour and 20 minutes. I mean, blimey, time flies when you're enjoying yourself, doesn't it? So what was I saying? Yeah, so I'm talking about my projects and how I'm looking for new cast members to join me, new ideas, sort of new characters, new concepts. And also I am, as I said, I always would love more people to come up with their own ideas for the series. If anyone has an idea, please contact me and say, would you consider putting this in your series? And worst case scenario is I'd say no. But I think it would have to be something very, very, very inappropriate for me. Within reason, I would happily say yes. I would very happily say yes. But I would have to weigh out the pros and cons of any concept that is not mine. Yes, of course, Gwyn. Yes, you safe journey home. Keep safe, look after yourself, and all that. And carry on as you need to. Yeah, I'll catch up with you later. If not on here, on Twitter. So challenge accepted. Oh, what, for ideas? Is that what you're saying, Julie? I think that's what you're saying. Challenge accepted. But yeah, so I always like to, because I love sharing my ideas with people. Oh, do I have to give you the look? No, but seriously. Anyway. Oh dear. I've come up with all these concepts and things, and There are some that make me nervous more than others because you never know how people are going to react and what they what you know. I doubt I'll get a lot of interest for some of them, and in fact, I think the academy is going to be the hardest concept to there you go, that's the look. Thank you for joining me, Jesse. Yes, thank you for joining me. Yeah, take care of yourself, and obviously I'm always on Twitter. You can DM me or message me anyway. Crystal. But yeah, as I was saying, I think the concept I've got for the academy is going to be the hardest. Maybe not so much on the musician and singing side, but definitely the dancing side. I think will be very difficult, which I 100% accept. I think that will be incredibly difficult. So, I doubt it's impossible, but it's finding the right people with the confidence. It's finding the right people with the confidence to do it. So, as I say, I never force anything onto anybody, and if they want to do it, fantastic. If they don't want to do it, that's fantastic too. Yes. Why do I feel so awkward talking about it? Because I feel if done correctly, the whole idea could work. As I say, it's just finding. I was so happy when Tifa 2 and Irma La Dolce came along and said yes, they would do it. They would follow the idea, but excuse me. That's okay. Well, who did? Sorry, Voyager. Who did amazing? Sorry, I'm a bit lost there, I'm afraid. Probably not really looked at the conversation as such, because obviously my camera's here. And T's segment hasn't actually been uploaded yet. That's in chapter 7. Irma has actually got her character on her own channel, a video of her character on her own channel, as like a prequel. It's probably the most watched Lord of War and Heartache video that isn't actually part of my channel or the main series. It is on the... Oh, I see. I understand now. Okay, right. Thank you for clarifying. I apologise for my confusion. Yeah, see, I'm looking to see Irma's character Alina is the leader of the academy in the town of Cully, and I'm looking to occupy it with more characters. So they would be in a very similar vein. Some of them would be musicians, as I've said, singers, and then of course characters very similar to T and Irma's characters. But as I say, I understand the concept is not for everybody, and I accept that I probably won't find anyone else who would be interested in that. I'm more than happy to drop it you know, I think it's wonderful ASMR, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to be really difficult to build upon that concept. So, you know, I accept that. I will keep up the tweets. Not keep up the tweets as in tweeting, but I will keep up what I've already tweeted in case people do show an interest. So, you know, it's complicated, very, very complicated. Because I know not everyone would be comfortable with such an idea, which I accept. I just felt in the sorry, I thought someone's just come out of the room next door, and I just wanted to check if they were going to talk or anything. But you know, if people would just spread the word that I'm always on the lookout for new cast members and and things like that. But I'm getting to the point now that I can't do this on my own. I can't do this on my own. I need, I'd like more people. My concern is I'm going to get burnt out, and I don't want that. I really don't want that. I'm not asking for people to write, or I'm happy to continue writing. I'm happy to continue creating. All I'm really looking for is for help. Just a retweet here and there, or something like that, of anything I post. Anything like any little thing that can help is amazing. It's so, this world that I've created is becoming huge. I mean, we haven't even got into the forest realm yet. We're still in the desert realm. We haven't even got into the Ondarian monarchy. We haven't even gone back into the Ondarian monarchy. I mean, chapter 11 features, but the main character, the viewer, has not even got back to the main. Oh, the phone's going. So luckily it's downstairs. So I did turn down the game, didn't I? Bear with me. Let's try that. Is that better? I did. I might be okay now. So it's yeah. I mean, we haven't even got back into the monarchy yet. I mean, we've got the whole forest realm. I mean, Jesse is playing the governess royal of the city of Varuna, but she won't actually be in the city of Varuna. She'll be at Ondar City in chapter 11 as a visitor. So it's not even, we've not even gone west yet. We're still east. And that story had the crown of the Tyrant King has not finished. I mean, this story is continuing. I mean, the next big thing we've got is the Dream Realm coming up. After chapter 14, we're going to spend some time in what's known as the Dream Realm, which will feature new characters and things like that, culminating in a steampunk style chapter involving a device called the Nightmare Machine. Thank you for coming, Crystal. It's lovely to have you in my live stream. always on Twitter if you want to drop me a message or something. So it's getting very interesting now, the storyline. Yeah, definitely steampunk. Yeah, the Nightmare Machine. So I'm looking for. Julie's already shown an interest in that chapter. I'm definitely going to be involved. I'll probably actually make a video for that one now. I've got my green screen and everything, and I've got a steampunk costume, so I might make an actual. Yeah, anyone who eh? Will it be weird if a character with my stupid face shows up all over the dang world? What? Okay. I don't know if it would be weird. I don't know how to answer that one. That's a bit of a curveball question, really, isn't it? Damned if I do, and damned if I don't. No, so lots of new chapters on the way, loads of new characters. There's going to be a lot of filler chapters and solo chapters as well. The solo chapters being just me doing the voices. Oh, I see. Well, it could work, but I would like some different people involved. Anyone that has anything steampunk in their closet, or I mean, Sage, I know you have some steampunk characters in Whisperwind, so you're always welcome to join in the steampunk episode if you're interested. So it's an open invite to everyone who wants to be involved. It's that is the one I'm most excited about, actually, because I think that's the Dream Realm is the one where I can have the most creative fun. This is why I absolutely love. This is why I absolutely love fantasy over sci-fi, more for creativity, because sci-fi you have to stick with certain rules, but fantasy is anything goes. Absolutely anything goes. No worries, Voyager. Thank you for joining me. I'll bid you a very good night. It's about 10 to 5 in the evening here in Britain. So yeah, I forget you're in Australia. So yes, have a very good night, and obviously I'll see you in the Twitter sphere. So yes, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. Looking at the time, I probably think I will wrap this up now, to be honest with you. It's been a lot of fun. I will do more of these. Probably not so much about my projects. This was the very first one I've ever tried, so I'm really pleased how it's gone. I started out nervous, but built up quite well, I think. So I think on that note, I will wrap up, and thank you and thank everyone for coming. It's been a real pleasure, a real privilege to speak with you, and hopefully I will be better prepared for the next one. But if you're able to help out in any way you can to spread the word, that would be great. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream, and thank you very much. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.